Hello. What is up, people? Oh, I gotta figure out where I need to be. Okay. How's it going? Can you hear me? Is everything going well? It has been a trip the last couple days. Weeks. Something. But I was gonna do this live stream, I think 2 weeks ago, because we got this new deck. And this new deck was the deck that we chose for Tarot Book Club. And if you don't know what Tarot Book Club is, we have been doing a book club type thing, but for tarot/oracle decks with our Patreon members for Haunted Smoke and Mirrors and YouTube members for Meddling Mediums. And basically, we choose a deck, and then it's like bi-monthly. We choose a deck, and we experiment with the deck. We show you the deck. We give you like a review of the deck. So it's kind of like a book club would be for a book, but we're doing it with tarot decks. So we just finished doing this deck. We just featured this one. And I was like, maybe I should do like a public live stream where we use this deck. So this is technically an oracle deck, so there isn't cards that like are associated to tarot. There's only 72 cards in here instead of 78. And there is a lovely spread in here. There's 2 different spreads that I'm going to be using today. And one of them, and let me pull them out for you. The first one is called the Circles of Hell spread. And the second one is the Stairway to Heaven. And they're like 4 rows. So that one's the Hell spread. And then this one, hopefully you can see that, is the Heaven spread. So it's like the Stairway to Heaven. But there's 4 sections, and each section has a like meaning. So if a card lands in there, that's what it's associated to. So we're going to be doing mini ones today. We're going to be doing 4 card readings that are going to be associated to these spreads. So if you're interested in these kinds of readings, you're going to book through, obviously, the link that I give you. I haven't restocked them yet, but you'll tell me, okay, I want a Heaven spread, and maybe you have a specific question, and then we'll do a Heaven spread. Or I want a Hell spread, and the Hell spread will be specifically for the demons on this deck versus the angels, because these cards are interesting because they are split. So the top here are the demons, and then the bottom are the angels. So if you get a Hell spread, you'll get a reading with specifically the demon cards, and if you get a Heaven spread, you'll get the specifics of the angel cards. So the angels will tell you your reading versus the demons, and vice versa. But each spread has different, like, I don't know what you call them, like prompts or whatever, for each placement. Or they're going to be 4 card readings. So hopefully that makes sense. I feel like it's so fitting I'm watching this stream about Heaven and Hell deck and watching the show Evil, which is about angels and demons. Fascinating. Take my money. Okay. So let me restock this, and then I'll give you guys an update about what's been going on. And if you guys are new here, how this works is I restock the reading at the beginning of the live stream. So here is the link. You can also click it in the pinned comment. Some reason I'm Haunted Smoke and Mirrors, so I should probably change that. But that's the link. It's also pinned at the top of chat, and it is in the description of the video as well. If you guys are interested in purchasing this deck, you think it's an interesting deck and you want to add it to your collection, the link for that will also be in the description. But sorry I am appearing as Smoke and mirrors. That would make sense of why things have been iffy. Let's see. Hopefully I'm live on the right one. I don't know that I can be live on the wrong one. Okay. Yeah. Give me a second. I need to log into the other one. And then see if I can pull up a different chat. Let's see. Let's pop this out. Alright. Try that on for size. That's the link. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this and this. Okay, signed into the correct account now. But, like I said, I was going to do this live stream like a really long time ago. And, we ended up having to go to the hospital. But I'm going to restock 5 of these right now. And then halfway through, I'll restock again. I'll probably do another 5. So everybody gets a chance to purchase a reading if they're interested in that. So I'm going to save this and stock the reading. So if you're interested in that, the link is, I just posted it. It's at the top of chat. It's pinned there, and it is in the description. But there should be 5 in there. It's a $40 reading. Yeah. So, and if you just came in, we're going to be doing readings with this new deck. We're going to do Heaven Hell spreads. But, like I was saying, 2 weeks ago, I think I was supposed to do this reading, and then I canceled because I was stressed out. And then the next week, Riker ended up in the hospital because of their back problems. So they had like severe back pain and was like unable to bend over, unable to move, unable to walk. So we spent almost the entire week last week in the hospital. So if you guys are waiting on private readings, I'm still working on those. I am a week behind on everything. So there's that. I'm also sick, so I'm sorry. I got sick a couple days ago, so everything has just been a lot. Jeez, are you both good now? Riker is getting there. They last Monday were at like a level 10 pain, and now they're more on a level 5 or 6 pain. So that sounds miserable, but life is understandable. And also, if you guys remember, long off in the distance, we did a live stream for New Year's Eve, and life kept happening. Riker had to go to a funeral in Utah. We ended up in the hospital. We had to go do a ghost hunt. So all these things keep getting pushed back. But the New Year's Eve live stream, we finally pulled people for the raffle. So if you look at your email, you should go check that out, because I sent out emails of winners. And the people that won, I would have to pull it up, hold on. I just closed it. Clearly I'm not prepared, but it's fine. So, the people that won things: merch raffle, Becky won, and hopefully I sent these to the right emails. And then custom candle raffle, Nibbler Girl won. And then we have a signed art print, which would be Erica. And then the last one is a crystal tower, which is Tiny. So I sent out emails for those. If you guys donate enough for the, what'd you say? Yeah, the Discord reading. The private video chat or Discord reading. I sent out emails for that to schedule when you can do that. So that'll be going on for the next month. We just need you to tell us, like, your Discord handle, and if you want to do a Discord versus Google or what, all of that, and then tell us what time works for you. So I gave you guys some times for that. So I think that is my updates thus far. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some crazy readings today. Last thing I also have to say, Vivian, I know we talked about it, I think in another live stream, but Vivian got us new decks. She got 2 holographic decks. They're all upstairs, but the reason why I'm telling you this will make sense after I introduce this, but she got us 2 holographic decks. One is a tarot deck and one's an oracle deck. And then the other deck that she got us is a rune deck. So we're learning runes now through this deck, and this deck is like really cool. So I might do a live stream where I do that deck specifically, where we read runes. But it's really cute. I'm really excited. So the first reading that I got, and there should be more readings in there if you guys are interested. I got Tiny. Let me pull it up. Okay, Tiny, do you want a heaven spread or a hell spread? And then do you have a specific question? So while you do that, I'm going to just read you what the spreads mean. I'm going to read it once, and then just for like your reference, and then I'll just give you like a short summary of what it actually is. So for the hell spread, it looks like this. But again, we are only going to be doing one from each. So it's going to be a 4-card reading. And the top rung, so these 4 here, so the top rung, these 4 cards represent external forces and sections of your life that are expressed externally, such as your personality or actions you are taking that can be perceived by others. The second rung, so the next step, these 3 cards represent your emotional life and are focused around your heart, although it doesn't necessarily mean love. It can also represent your feelings. Third rung, these 2 cards show your physical side and can be internal or external aspects of your physicality. Fourth rung, this card represents your soul and shows what you should focus on or move forward or to conquer the issue at hand. And then the heaven spread, it's like the stairway to heaven, so it's like a stairway. I feel like whatever is going to give me the most chaos. This is the vibe I'm getting today. So, the stairway to heaven spread, we have the bottom step, so you start from the bottom and work your way up. The bottom step, the first 2 cards of the spread reveal what the theme of the reading will be and the general idea that overlies the entire spread. Second step, the second step on the stairway represents the earthly plane of existence and shows the influences that are surrounding you. The third step shows the spiritual forces at work around you regarding the subject in question. And then the last step, it explains your highest aim, goal, and desired outcome of the situation. So that is like the full like description in the book. So we did like a Patreon live stream where we experimented with these readings. And basically how these works, if you choose a hell spread, the demons on these cards, because they are split, like I said, they're split half angel, half demon. So the hell spread is going to be the demons talking to you about your problems, and then if you do the heaven spread, which is this staircase, you're going to have the angels tell you about your life, and they have a very different tone, as you can imagine. So Tiny says, I feel like whatever is going to give me the most chaos. This is the vibe I'm getting today. Do you have demons? Okay, so I'm thinking if you want to do chaos, we can do both sides. And then I would suggest doing a hell spread and do uprights and reversals of them. just because I also want to see how that works. But while we were doing this for the Patreon live stream, we figured out that this gives a lot of, like, life soul and death soul vibes. So when you have a heaven spread, it gives you life soul advice, and when you have the hell spread, it gives you death soul advice. That's fine, if that's okay with you. Oh, for sure, I'm suggesting it. So these are what the cards look like. They're a little bit bigger than a tarot deck. They're oracle deck size. Let me flip this. What's up, Bryn? Okay. And you might just end up with all one or the other. So we'll do hell spread for you. So we have 1 there, 2. Oh, there's an angel. 3. So you got 2 demons and 2 angels. But I think this deck depicts the 72 demons and the 72 angels. So it's really cool, and there's a lot of, like, really good information about the angels and demons in the guidebook as well. ASMR shuffling sounds. Okay, so we're doing the hell spread, so we're gonna start here and work our way down, because hell, you know. So the top one is external forces, actions, or personality. So we're going to start with, and I cannot pronounce any of these cards, so we're doing the demon on this one, so we're reading the tops. So we have indiscretion and lie telling. And again, this is associated to external forces. So this makes me feel like this is a, how do I want to say this? Like, this makes me feel like there are people around you that are spreading rumors, or, like, it's not necessarily spreading rumors. They make me feel like there's some deceptive people in your life. And these deceptive people, I feel like they pretend to be okay and fine with you, but they actually have issue with you. They make me feel like it is directly tied to who you are as a person. They don't particularly enjoy or like you. And it just gives this feeling like these external forces are affecting how and the way in which you present as a person. Meaning, you have these people coming into your life that are a bit deceptive, and you can feel like that. It's kind of like when you walk into a room and everyone looks at you and they stop talking. You know that they're, like, we're talking, like, poorly about you. They make me feel like because of that, because of this, like, ill will that you feel off of them, you have been creating this mask around yourself, and it affects your personality in the sense of you hide aspects of yourself, or you try to change yourself to fit in with what you think they want out of you. So that is the external forces. So it's talking about how you mask because of these, like, negative people in your life. And then your next card, you have family conflicts. So this card specifically deals with emotions / love. So you have the outward feelings, and I feel like your family, like childhood trauma, generational trauma, the way in which you were raised, that sort of thing, has created these insecurities or self-limiting beliefs that make you feel like you have to put on this mask. They want me to say, when you are around people that tell lies and are deceitful, it makes you be deceitful to yourself. Meaning, when people tell you, oh, you're like these mean words, like you're ugly, you're dumb, all of these like horrible things that they could say, they're lies, because that's not true. But you start saying the same thing to yourself. You start lying to yourself about your life, saying you're not enough, you can't do things, this and that. Those are lies. And it comes from this, but it stabs you deep because of the family stuff. So, like, dealing with the people that are now in your life, because I don't think these are necessarily family members, but they are triggering things that had happened in your past. Does that make sense? This moves on to your next card, which is Self-Atonement. And this card deals with your physical side. So you have deceit going into family matters. And then, again, you have this self-atonement card. So it's kind of like almost like renewing a wrong. And then the last card you have is protection. So you have self-atonement. It's kind of like you are, sorry, I'm like looking at things in front of me and getting distracted. So we're talking about where these insecurities are coming from. I feel like you are starting to realize that these things do not necessarily define you. Like I said, you're starting to see that they are in fact lies. And they say the important part in this journey is to figure out, now that you know that these people just don't like you, and they don't like you for, like, I don't know what the right word is, because they want me to say they don't like you for invalid reasons. They are invalid in whatever they want to do. But saying that you're not enough, saying you're this and that, are lies. That is not true. They might just not like you because you're not their cup of tea. They may not like you because they're jealous. Like, those are more the truth, seeing the truth. This self-atonement is kind of like taking these things from the past, shining light on them, and allowing you to finally see they were lying about me not being enough. They were just projecting things that they don't like about themselves. So now I can start seeing the things that I'm saying about myself. They can't be true because these other people are just saying them because they think that about themselves. So why am I saying that about me when they're not true? Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining it in a, like, conducive way. But it's very much like you have these two demon cards, and you're starting to show the light of where these self-limiting beliefs are coming from. So it's like each step is like peeling off layers. So this is creating a lot of the, like, hateful speak in you about yourself from other people. And it is sticking because of things that had happened in your past. And the more you get closer to the bottom, you're more so revealing light. So you're revealing the truth of how things actually are. And then they say, my messages are not, my messages are so not going through, but I get it. Got you. Okay. And then your last card, you have protection. And this deals with your soul and your focus. They make me feel like this card is important to you because you need to learn. Okay, they're telling me a couple things, and this is very, like, angel speak. So a lot of things that people say with, like, protecting your energy is to, like, surround yourself in white light. And the reason why I say that is because what does that mean? But the way that I view it, white light is faith. And faith isn't like, I believe in God with all my heart. It can look like that. But faith is unyielding belief. So you believe it even though you can't see it. You believe it even though, like, it's illogical, irrational, it doesn't matter. So they are trying to tell me that you need to create this white light energy, this faith energy surrounding yourself, but the thing that you need to tie it to is your self-worth. And they're telling me that you need to do it in a, like, Patronus sort of way. So if you ever watched Harry Potter, the Patronus charm, it talks about, like, you only can cast it if you have a very powerful, happy memory. So they are talking about you need to do that in association to yourself. You need to find something that you can never talk yourself out of being worthy and valuable as a person, as who you are, as your personality. And that will create that shield around you so that you are not impacted by these outside forces. Do you have questions about that? Sorry, I'm just reading chat. So that's what I have for you. Do you have questions? Let me know. And then let me see who I have in order. So Rin would be next. Honestly, no. I have given up on making statements or chats, but thank you. Every time I try to say anything, it would not go through. Did you say anything that has the word mental health, that sort of thing? Because that might be why it's not going through. Otherwise, YouTube can also be blocking it. But, yeah, we have certain words that are blocked. If so, try spelling it really weird. Like using a 3 as an E. Yeah, if you talk about mental health at all, it gets blocked because we have people that like to diagnose us and say that we're like crazy because we talk to dead people. And I got sick of it, so. But yeah, thank you so much. Let me know if you have questions at all at any time during the live stream. I will try to pay attention. But Rin, are you here? And would you like a hell spread or a heaven spread? Would you like the angels to read you or the demons? And then do you have a specific question for them? So heaven or hell, and then a question. Hell, please. Okay, so we're going to have some demons come out. Do you have a specific question? Do you just want general? Spread. So we're going to go down. Ah, fake. I figured it out after you said it. It probably was the word fake. Yeah, we get that a lot too. We got sick of hearing about how we're fake. Nothing specific, so general is good. Okay. Yeah, when we talked about you-know-who, everybody started coming in and being like, oh, you're fake, fakers. So we blocked those words because I don't need that negativity in my life. Yeah, it was in response to the people around me and how I don't trust my coworkers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes you feel like an outcast. Okay. Alright. So we have your 4 cards. We are doing a hell spread. Again, if anyone is interested, there are still slots open. There is a link at the top of chat. I can also give you, I think this is the link as well, so you can go there. What's up, Rainy? Alright, so this is for Rin. Oh, I should also say, because I forgot, I had a lot of updates. I also sent out, I have these on the floor. And seeing Rin's name just makes me remember. I sent out these, so if you got a paint splatter reading and you were looking for the, like, picture of the paint splatter, I sent those out yesterday, I think. So check your email about that, because I used the ones that are in Ko-Fi, so it might not be your, like, typical email or whatever, so. Yes, thanks, I got it. Okay. Alright, so we are doing a hell spread, and we're starting with the Pula. I don't know how to pronounce any of these, so your top step, because we're going down to hell, their top step is disability and immorality, and it deals with external forces, actions, personality. So with disability, this card being here, it's talking a lot about with like limitations and feeling misunderstood. I will be printing and framing mine. And this is an external like force in your life, so it's something that you don't really necessarily have control over. It is just something that kind of happens. They make me feel like the experience that you have with this is kind of frustrating because people don't understand and you're doing the best that you can, but people make it harder. Because it's like, you understand your limitations, you understand what's going on, you get it, but the issues that you have is people not seeing eye to eye with it. No pressure. We're able to get a copy of the last spirit guide drawings. Yeah, I'll look into that for you. I don't know. We might have forgot to do it because everything was crazy, but I think we have it somewhere so I can send those out again. Or at least send yours out. I don't know which ones we sent or which ones we didn't. So, but that's your first card. That's your external forces with disability and morality. And then the next card, this card is emotions/love, and it deals with fanatical belief in hypocrisy. Thank you. I just remembered and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'll take a look for you. Give me 1 second. Okay, so fanatical belief in hypocrisy. So this is like inward. So this is more so emotions that are inside of you. I don't know, and I also feel like it deals with the disability and immorality card as well. I feel this, like, pressure of, like, I don't know. I feel like you have a lot of frustration outwardly from how your limitations in life have caused you to feel, because that's going into the emotions here. But it's very much like you feel like you can overcome this, you can do more, but you also have like a fear of it. And it's kind of like, I forget what that one word is where you feel two things at once. I used to say that all the time because that's how I feel a lot of the times. It's like you can love someone. Cognitive dissonance. That's what Riker said. Cognitive dissonance. That's kind of what this card is making me feel like. It's kind of like I can overcome these hard things, contradicting cognitive dissonance. But yeah, it's like you have these feelings of, yeah, I can do this. I'm strong. I can like overcome these hard things in my life. But you're also terrified. Because that's how they make me feel. Like you feel like you don't want people to like push you down. You don't want to be limited. You don't want to feel like you can't do anything. You want to be treated the same as everyone else. And you deserve to be. But sometimes you also feel like you don't want to be that strong. You don't want to have to be that strong either. So it is just frustrating because it feels like you're just living in this suspended animation, like walking through mud, and you don't know what to do about it. It just feels like too much. And then your next card, this one is physical side of you. So extreme opposites or opposing factions. And this is, again, your physical side. So this is like happening in an earthly sort of way or an egotistical sort of way. The emotions that you have create this sort of pushing against the flow of the universe. And that's what this card is telling me. So sorry, I'm thinking about how to explain this, because this is another like one of those things where it's hard to overcome the feelings about it, because you're experiencing cognitive dissonance where you're feeling conflicting things at once. And because you are, it's kind of like this comes into the picture, and it's like playing tug of war with yourself. And doing that also plays tug of war with your like life path, the environment around you, because you're like, it causes you to not accept yourself because you have these like very intense feelings. It's like someone is trying to pull you apart. So what they show me, because this picture has like a horse in it, they like make me feel like you're in the middle of two horses pulling strings on your arms. And you're getting pulled in so many directions, but at the same time, it's like splitting you in two. And it's not getting anything done. It's not pushing you forward in any way. You take 2 steps and then you take 10 steps back. And it's always like that. And you always feel like it just gets worse and worse and worse. So this goes into your last card, which is dangerous writings. And this one deals with your soul and your focus. So they want me to read this in 2 ways. They say your voice is the thing that is the strongest. And that can be in 2 ways. So like I said here, we're struggling with cognitive dissonance in the sense of I feel 2 very conflicting emotions, but this card is talking about your voice, and it's not necessarily you writing specifically things down, but dangerous writings tell me that you are using your voice to change things, and that can be in a negative way or a positive way. So they make me feel like overcoming this is going to be using your voice in a positive way, because down here is using it in a negative way. That's why this is quote-unquote dangerous. So you can use your voice to tell yourself that you're the problem, you're to blame, you're an issue, you're not enough, etc. Or you can use your voice to tell other people that you can overcome those things. You can overcome the insecurities, you can express your emotions how they are, you can feel 2 things at once, Because they make me also feel like you want people to understand, but you struggle to understand as well. So it's hard and frustrating to stand on your own 2 feet and use your voice in a powerful manner when you are constantly going back and forth. So they're like, these dangerous writings can either be used to harm you or can be used to express yourself. And expression does not need to be inherently positive. It can literally just be expressing what is going on in your head. Because expressing what you are feeling, this cognitive dissonance, will help people to understand so that they can come into the picture and help you figure out how to deal with these conflicting emotions. Does that make sense? So they're like, use dangerous writings for the ability to be understood and to spread understanding versus coming into your head and telling lies and saying that you're not good enough or you can't do something. So let me know if you have questions as well. Yeah, it makes sense. I am a writer. Yeah, this deck likes to troll as well. But it's very much like voice is powerful in this. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. You got everything very accurate. But I'm gonna summon the next person. I have... Okay, Rainy is next. And then it looks like they're sold out for right now. After I'm done with Berry Reckless, because I have Rainy, Gina, Berry Reckless, and then I'll restock them. No questions, thank you. So, Rainy, let me know if you want a heaven spread or a hell spread, and if you have any specific questions. While you answer, I need to tell you guys about my computer. So, Riker's mom got me a computer. It's this. I don't know if I talked about that either, because I think the last time I left this was, Riker's mom got me a secret surprise. It's a PC. She got it because I was telling Riker about, okay, I wasn't telling Riker about it, but the reason why I usually stream on Riker's computer, or this is my laptop, is because my PC, I don't know what it is, but it's really old, and I have some problems with it connecting to the live streams, as well as being able to stream and do anything other than stream at the same time. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's also, it has Windows 10 and it doesn't have the ability to update itself because I built the PC. So I would have to like buy, I don't know. I got a new computer, but it's still over here because I got it like 2 weeks ago because I don't have time to set it up because I've been in the hospital with Ricker and now I'm sick and, but Rainy, heaven please. Let me know if you have a specific question. If not, we can do general. Okay. So we're doing angels. Okay, this is the heaven spread, so we're going to be doing upright. So we're going to go climb towards heaven. General, please. Okay, so we're going to be reading the angels. And we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. Because we're climbing to heaven. So we're gonna start with whatever this being a horse. I know very little about angels other than the like ranks of angels. Sorry, that's a demon. We're going to be doing this lady. I think the rest I have is grand. I'm just like so mesmerized by the horse that I was almost going to read a demon for you. So, our first card deals with the theme. So this is like the overall topic of the spread, and we're talking about divine power. So, I'm going to leave that at that, and I'll talk about it more when we get into the rest, because the rest kind of explains it. So, divine power. This is the energy that is within you. So, we'll start next with your second step. We have earthly influence. So, this is transformation. This is where the divine power is being developed. So, reading these two cards together, you are changing a lot. And, like, right now, what that looks like is very heavy. And I think a lot of times, because I think a lot of times when I read you, there is just a lot of, like, hard shit going on in your life. Is that correct? Because, like, every time I read someone, I usually just, like, read whatever is on the cards. So it's hard for me to remember what I've read for you in the past. But this is, like, spiritual awakening crap. So really hard stuff is going on. And it is developing this. So they want me to show you these cards. So it's kind of like the curtains are opening, so you can see her wings are kind of like coming and revealing her. It's kind of like you have had to be so strong for so long that you lost yourself in the process. They talk about like fighting a long battle. The people in the battle a lot of times lose themselves because of how hard they have to fight. You're starting to... They want me to say you're starting to realize you don't have to fight as hard anymore. Or you don't have to fight for the reasons you thought you did. And that is changing everything. Your perspective is changing. Because, like, when I say fighting, I mean fighting against other people. Because, like, obviously you still need to, like, continue surviving, continue pushing forward, continue doing hard things. But you do not have to continue defining yourself by who other people want you to be. And that's where this transformation is coming in. Because showing me this card, they're very much like showing me like your identity is being revealed to you, and that is changing a lot of things in your life. And in a very impactful way of making you see things truly for the first time. What's up, Erica? I didn't know you were live. What a nice surprise. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be live later because I had a meeting at like 1:30 to 2, but they called me at 1:30 and I was like, okay, now I'm done. So I'm gonna do a live stream. But this transformation is very positive because you're starting to realize that you don't have to settle for the bullshit of other people. Because a lot of people limit themselves so much, and they press those limitations and project those limitations onto others to make you also settle. So you're starting to realize you don't have to do that. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And that is what is creating the fortune and fame. So this card deals with spiritual forces, which makes sense. You're starting to realize that you are a powerful being. You are a powerful soul that will allow you to push past these earthly restrictions so that you can finally reach your dreams. It's kind of like everyone tells you you should reach for the stars. However, there's no possible way for you to get to a star. It's too far away. But you know and believe in yourself that you can do those things. And you are not going to allow the people in your life to say that you can't do it anymore because it's dumb. This card is not happening yet. You're in this process because you're honing this. The curtain is slowly, like, revealing itself. And when I say the curtain, a lot of people view life as, like, I don't know, it's like a game, almost, like a game, a play. The way that I use this metaphor is it's like everyone is in play, and they don't know they're in a play. This is just life to them. So they're, like, walking around, and the trees are, like, paper and, like, flat because we're in a play. And there's people where the curtain opens for them, and they start realizing this is just, like, a simulation. This is just, like, a play. And no one realizes that the trees are made out of paper and not actual trees. I don't know if that's making any sense. Because once you realize that, it's kind of hard to go back. That is what, like, a spiritual awakening is. That's when you start being like, no one is noticing that all of these coincidences are causing them to be here. Like, it's completely normal and fine that, like, on a random Tuesday, you, like, saw this really crazy sign or symbol, and then, like, something in your life absolutely blew up. Like, life is a lot less random than we think as human beings. And I feel like the curtain is opening for you. You're starting to see that you're in a play and you have the ability to change it however you want. And that's where the fame and fortune comes in. Because this is, like, achieving your dreams. This is, like, positive things coming into your life. And it's very much, like, manifestation energy, especially in the placement that it is with the spiritual forces. And then your last card, you have justice. And that is the goal, the desired outcome. This is things evening out. So it's going to be a little bit back and forth for a while until you get to this top step. And when I say back and forth, it's going to be like, oh, I'm having a really good, like, 2 weeks. Everything's fine. And then the next day, everything is, like, really awful again. And it's really hard to, like, deal with it. You're changing a lot of things. So they're not going to force you to change it all at once because you would, like, crush yourself underneath the pressure. So you do it slowly, and then things will start to even out. Things will start to feel normal and balanced again. And that's where justice comes in. And I also view justice like the justice card in the tarot spread. So tarot justice I usually view as putting energy out and getting an equal and opposite reaction. So you can see this little scale here. So when you have the scale, putting justice out into the universe would be putting a little weight into one of these scale dishes. This is putting an action out there. And justice is going to give you an equal and opposite reaction. So, because the curtain is opening here, you're going to start realizing that you can manipulate the universe by putting the right action out. So, you know that you will get an equal and opposite reaction when you are putting something out there. So, they also want me to say, like, you're going through a lot of hard shit. The equal and opposite reaction to that is positive things. So, the more, like, transformation you go through, the more hard things that you're going through, the more karma is going to flip that, and you're going to go through a more positive experience. The balance of that, the thing that is going to put you more on a stable platform, because right now you're going through a lot of change because they want me to say because this is, like, very love and light type energy, but your vibration is changing, meaning your state of awareness is changing, which is what I'm talking about with the curtain opening. but you're around people that have a different frequency. And it's not that they have a lower frequency, it's not that they have a higher frequency, it's just different than yours. This is how manifestation works. It's kind of like when you pour oil in water. You're becoming more of an oil, and you're surrounded by water. Water is pushing you to the top. So that is what the universe is doing for you right now. It is doing a lot of change because you're being pushed away from the things that don't fit or match your energy anymore. So manifestation rules or law of attraction rules, you're going to start attracting things that are going to be fitting with this new state of awareness, which is you don't need to be limited by certain things, by the environment, by people. So you're going to push those people away, and it's going to absolutely suck, but you will be better for it. You don't fit in with them anymore because of how your mindset is changing. So eventually, this card is showing you're going to attract the things that are fitting in with you. You're going to feel a lot more stable, a lot better, and you're going to have a lot of lessons that you've learned in the process. That is justice, that is karma, that is balance. So you're going to start pulling in things that are more on the same frequency as you. That's going to be people, that's going to be careers, jobs, anything that is in your life. It needs to match your frequency. Otherwise, you'll do the oil and water thing and you'll be floated back up to the top. It's already happening. It's awful, but I know it has to happen. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. It's really awful. It's kind of like that one saying that people say, where you only meet people where you are currently at in your life. So when you're in a relationship with someone, a lot of times you are going to have the same emotional intelligence as they are. A lot of times you're going to go through the same trauma experience, and that is why you guys connect. So the second you want to start bettering yourself and this other person does not, you're going to move away and they're going to stay here. And that's how it naturally pulls apart. It kind of also like falls in line with like the red string theory. I don't know. I had a tree like talk to me about that. The red string theory pulls us together, but also pulls us apart. Do you have questions? And then while you ask, the next person I have is Gina. Gina, are you in chat? And can you let me know, do you want a heaven spread or a hell spread? And do you have a question? Like pulling away from family is, Do you see a timeline by any chance? I am horrible at timelines. But I can maybe take this with a grain of salt, I'm telling you, because I am terrible at timelines. A lot of times I'll be like, oh, it'll take like 2 or 3 years, and then I'll get another reading request by a person, and they'll be like, it's happening now, but I'm nervous. I'm like, oh, okay. Do you see a timeline by any chance? Let's see. What I'm doing is I will put a like visual representation of a timeline in front of me, and I'll tell spirit to fill it. What they show me is there is like a little bit of space and then a big thick cloud in front of me. And what that means to me is there is something that you need to go through first, and that will stop it. But I cannot know what that is, and you cannot know what that is, but you will know it when it happens. But they say, just as something happened that caused you to detach from your life and uproot your life, something will happen that will cause you to spring roots again. And they say it's going to be something that takes a while for you to learn the lessons before it happens. So it's going to build up, and then that, like, life-altering moment will happen, and it will shift you back into the ground. Does that make sense? Sorry, I don't have a better answer for you, but they're like, it's dependent on you. You have the ability to make that decision and learn. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Yep, it does. But yeah, there's something very hard that you're going to go through, and that's going to teach you not to go back. Because the reason why it needs to happen is because it needs to lock you in to not going back to the place where you were. So it's kind of like, if you leave someone that's toxic, your brain immediately is like, this is not safe, this is not normal, this is not stable, this is too much change, I can't handle it. So your brain starts telling you horrible things about yourself of how you're the problem, and then you go back to them, and that's the issue. Something needs to happen to make you feel like, no, I can do this, I don't need to go back. It's kind of like when you finally learn the lesson that the universe is trying to teach you, it is the response to this question of, did you learn this lesson? Can you do this? Will not be, I think I can. No, I think I can. You will just do it. So it's kind of like, if I say, can you wave at me? You're not going to say, yeah, I think I can wave at you. It's going to be more so, you're just going to do it. You're just going to wave. That is when you know you've learned a lesson. So it's like, if I say, okay, do you miss them? Do you think that you're the reason? Like, those sort of things, the response can't be I don't know, maybe, I think things will change that. So, and it's gonna be slow until it like finally builds up. But Gina, I know I had you written in here. Okay, hell spread, anything relating to the Morgan. Ooh, we love the Morgan. She just randomly comes in and out in my life. And if you know anything about the Morgan, she's a bit of a spicy lady. Thank you, no problem. She deals with war type things. So we're doing hell, so we're going down. This deck is very, like, blunt and to the point. And it's very interesting to me. So we have false testimony, traitors and conspiracies. Oh god, okay. This one. Vice. Ooh. Do you have a reason we're talking to the Morgan? Because I feel like you might have some traitors in your life. What a start. And then you have the Vice. Lol. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about, like, toxic people. The reason why I know about the Morgan is because the Morgan came in to help me with toxic people. Oh, and then we have lie telling. Okay. Oh, I think both of these need to come out for that. You get an extra card. Okay, are you ready? So, they came across my radar and read the whole book about them. Then I saw a crow. Yeah, for me, the Morgan, I think there's 3 phases of her. The one that I see, she has red hair, it's long and curly. But the Morgan deals with war type things. And she's very spicy. She is true. It's like the way that it happens is very much like, she wants me to say, like, a necessary evil, so you may feel bad about it, but it needs to happen so the person that is causing you issues learns something about themselves. I know that sounds weird, but it's like most of the time when you're having an issue with a toxic person, it's kind of like they are projecting their insecurities onto you. So if that is the case and you are not allowing them to do that, you're just going to reflect those characteristics back at them so that they can't project on you anymore. That's what the Morgan sort of does. So she helps with helping you stand up for yourself. So let's start with your first card. So we're doing the Hell spread. We're doing this is external forces, actions, personality, and this is false testimony. So this is stuff happening outside of you. This gives me rumor vibes. This gives me accusations, other people blaming you, gaslighting. That's why I'm like, ooh, that's not good to start with. And then you have traitors down here, and I'm like, you may or may not have a person in your life that is causing you some headaches. And that's why this Morgan lady is helping you. This person, dare I say, I'm gonna say something brave but controversial, bit of a narcissist. They do not take accountability for their actions, and they are putting it onto you. It's like they are accusing you of things that you don't do. That's the false testimony of this card. So, and then gaslighting you into believing it, even though we both know that that's not truly what's happening. They just can't take accountability. And that's where this traitor and conspiracy comes in. So their treacherous behavior is getting into your emotions. They also want me to say this card doesn't have to deal with love, but it can. So this space deals with inward things, emotions, love, that sort of thing. But it says traitors and conspiracies. The way that they act and the way that they talk about you, to you, whatever, their conspiracies, if you will, is like playing a game of hot and cold. So they always have you coming back, but it's never without a knife in your back that you may or may not know about. Yeah, this person is making you be a traitor to yourself and your emotions. And that is why this card is here. The conspiracies are making you question the things that you are feeling. Your feelings are valid, but they make you feel like they are not. They make you feel like you are the traitor. They make you feel like you are the issue. They make you feel like you are the criminal with false testimony. And that's why you have a Morgan. Morgan is coming in and being like, come on, we both know that that's not true. What do they have to do to make you believe in yourself? Because there is something that they can do, and it'll be very extreme, it'll be very hurtful for you to stop going back. Or you can choose to do it now, and I know that that is a very big ask, because I've gone through toxic relationships with people. You do not leave until you are ready to do so, until you finally see them for who they are. And a lot of times you learn that lesson the hard way. Other times you can find someone else. Like, it's not necessarily that you're gonna go like cheat or whatever. You literally can find like a best friend, and the best friend just treats you really good. Like, you just meet this person and they're like, you're the most amazing person ever. It's never your fault. Like, whatever. You're not even like romantically interested, whatever. Like, they are just showing you how you should be treated and how like the bare minimum actually looks, and it makes you start questioning things about yourself. So it can either happen in a very bad way where they say or do something that is very, 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 very harmful to you, or it can happen in a more positive way where you find someone that shows you the negative behavior that they're doing. So the issue here is that they don't take accountability for their actions, and they put it onto you, and you are very willing and eager to take accountability because you care about this person and you don't want to hurt them. So that is the issue there. Next card you have is Vice. And this is your physical side. So ego, earthly, like characteristics, that sort of thing. And Vice makes me feel like it is hard to detach. I know my worth is complicated with him. He lied about his alcohol intake and wants to drink again, and we're trying to work through it. I know my worth. So Vice here, we have your physical side. So this is kind of like the attachment to the ups and downs. So in order for it to work, or in order for you to figure things out, there needs to be a sort of withdrawal from the like that toxic cycle. So what I mean by that is a lot of times with relationships that are toxic, it's very much a this really horrible thing happened, and we're going to restart the cycle of like, I'm sorry, like love bombing, that sort of thing. So everything's fine, everything's good, everything is like high, and then something bad happens. There's no like middle ground. It is just up and down. And a lot of times when you're in relationships like that, you get addicted to that process. That's what this is talking about. So it's going to be very hard to break this. It's like kind of like, it's like a drug. That's why they say like, I'm addicted to you. Like, it's like, what's the word? Like detoxing from someone. That is an attachment. That's where the attachment to someone is the vice. And that's where the issues are. So I'm not saying that you should leave him or not. I am going to tell you that there needs to be very, very harsh boundaries between the two of you that is going to separate the attachment, the toxic attachment to each other, in order to get rid of that. Because that's the biggest issue here, is that attachment. Because, like, when you have that, it's not even that you trust him or understand them. Whether it's not that you trust or understand them, but you have the attachment, so it doesn't matter. So sometimes when you love someone in that way, it feels like unconditional love, but if you don't have trust and understanding, that is the things that are missing, like the missing piece of the unconditional love. It's more of a you loving at a fault. Does that make sense? In order for you to have unconditional love for someone and it not be an attachment, you need to have like trust and understanding, because that's the things that make up love. So if you don't have those things, that's where the vice comes in, that's where the attachment comes in. So in order to get rid of this, you need to figure out how to create the separation, to detach the strings of attachment and rebuild trust and understanding. She says, what does the Morgan say about this, if you can ask? What she specifically tells me is the thing that is going to help. Again, I cannot make your decisions for you if you want to stay with this person or not. However, there at least needs to be a period of time where there is some sort of separation. And I don't mean that you like break up or you become separated. The separation can happen through boundaries. However, the boundaries must stick. If there are any like wavering of the boundaries, it will not work. And the reason why I'm explaining this is because when you get into toxic relationships as well, you start making your identity about the relationship. So you will change things about yourself to a fault so that you can fit in with the relationship. You only like define yourself by that relationship. So you need to be separated in some way, shape, or form. That could be a boundary. That can be like actually physically separated from them. And they need to do the same thing. That's going to help you rebuild yourself, which is where the Morgan comes in. The Morgan is going to rebuild you to help you see your identity as yourself and allowing you to be you, and that's fine. That's going to break the attachment and reintroduce, okay, I'm putting these boundaries in. If you can uphold them, then I will start to understand and trust you. That's going to rebuild love. Does that make sense? That's those cards. And then your last two cards, the last two cards represent your soul and focus. So you have indiscretion and lie telling, and then jealousy. So, with this being said, I feel like this goes both ways. I feel like this is an issue. They want me to say this is where the attachment comes from because this is where the focus is. So there's a lot of like hateful things going on in these areas, like lying and the jealousy aspect. And they make me feel like it is very much tied to a idea of I don't know. They tell me that this is the attachment. These are what the strings look like. And the strings are projections of our insecurities. So this is as much his or them. I don't know if you are with he, him, but this is as much your spouse as it is you. So there's a lot of like hateful speak that you say to yourself. There's a lot of hateful speak that he says to himself. And that's where the issues start coming into play. These are the insecurities. Attachments happen because of insecurities. So the more you are able to look at your insecurities, the more they are able to look into theirs, the more that this can be detached. This is where the focus is. And it's very much once you detach those strings, then you will be able to see where the relationship is at and if it is healthy for you. Does that make sense? Do you have other questions? Interesting. I've been trying to dig into myself. When you do that, I just want to warn against blaming yourself for issues. Do not do the things that are at the top of this. It is going to be more so, how can I protect my well-being? How can I rediscover who I am, be comfortable with that person? And that's going to attack these things. Because jealousy and lie telling comes from insecurities of, I'm not good enough, so they're going to leave. I'm in the wrong, so they're going to whatever. Do not view yourself as being in the wrong. You need to view yourself as a human being that has limitations. So, that is Gina. I think I'm on Very Reckless now. So, Very Reckless. Do you have a spread that you would be interested in, heaven or hell, and a question? Let me know. And then, while you answer, I want to heaven today, I think. Great. Let me know if you have a question, unless you want general. No questions. Okay. While I do your reading, I'm going to add 5 more. Just give me 1 minute. I gotta get to the thing. We're doing a heaven spread. Okay, we're doing 5. So, if you guys are interested in a reading and didn't get it in the first slot, I'm going to restock it with 5 more. Here is the link. So, if you're interested, there's the link. I also have it pinned at the top of chat, and it's also in the description. So, if you're new here, signing into PayPal might help you do it quicker. That is what I've been told from the community. But if you're interested in this type of reading, make sure to click on that link, and I'm going to restock them now. So there should be 5 in there. And I'm going to finish reading Very Reckless and then move on to anyone else that would like a reading. But that's going to be my last restock for today. Yeah. All right. So we're doing a heaven spread. I was like shuffling my hair into it. Heaven spread, so it's going up, and we're using angels. Michel. I don't think like Archangel Michael is in this deck, and also I don't think Lucifer is in this deck either. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, and then we have Mental Force, Ethiel. I'm really bad at pronouncing the angels' names. I feel like the demon names are a bit easier, but the angel names are just like crazy. They all end in like L or have L in them, because apparently that means angel in Latin, potentially. Don't quote me on that, though. And then there's angels like that that don't have it at all. Alright. So. Alright, let's start with a heaven spread. We're going to start with Michel. Fertility and fruitfulness. So this is the theme. So we'll start with that, and we'll move on to your next ones. Let me look at these. So we have abundance, fruitfulness, fertility. They make me feel like they make me feel like you're going to learn the value of things. Because they make me feel like this isn't necessarily a money value of something. It is more so abundance in other ways. So let's move on to your next card, and I'll explain more of that because that's the main idea. But we have the Mental Force, and step 2 is earthly influence. So this is where I usually like view this as like the limitation, the like ego. So that's where this is kind of coming into play. So I feel like you struggle with this idea, the like fruitfulness, abundance type thing, because I feel like you struggle with having enough resources to do things. Like you feel limited in resources, and that can be like money, that can be like actual like resources to do something. I feel like you lack in those things, but you're missing the point is what they want to address. You're missing the point in the sense of fruitfulness, abundance, money can all be achieved by changing the mindset from a place of lack to a place of gain, is what they want to say. But that's where this mental force is coming. I feel like you get in your own way a lot. Because there is a very hard shifting point here that like starts showing the difference. But this is the main topic. This like, it's like learning the value of things. So they're telling me that you're going to start seeing all of this limited hard work and realizing that money doesn't have the value necessarily. Time is more valuable than money. So that is honestly the reason why like employment works the way that it does. Businesses don't necessarily need the money, they need more time. So more people equals more time equals money. So they're willing to give someone a salary in order to double their time. So they're like, you are starting to realize this mentality that you have of, I have to work really, 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 really hard in order to be successful, is flawed in a sense of you don't even think money is the way to be perceived as successful. Because like, we have this conversation a lot of, I used to be this person. I used to be the person in college that it was like, I'm going to go to this like crazy firm. I'm going to be working 12, 14-hour days because I like to work I like to do all of these things, and that's what I want to do. And then I started being in the workforce, and I was like, wait a second, this is awful. I don't have time to do anything. And that's when I realized that I want to be like those boss girls, those girl bosses online that get their nails done every week and drink matcha every day, and they like work maybe 2-3 hours a day, and they can support themselves. Like, that's it. You're starting to realize where the value in life is, and that's going to be more successful for you than trying to like get the best job, trying to get the most things, trying to get the pretty house, trying to get the most money. You're starting to realize where that is. And they make me feel like where the value is going to be seated for you is spending time with other people. So hopefully that makes sense to you, because they make me feel like the thing that really is important to you is like being around your friends and family, and being taken away from that because you have to work hard to be successful is just so pointless, and you're starting to learn that. However, you still feel backed in a corner because you're like, I still have to do it, and it just absolutely sucks my soul out. So that's where these two cards come in. So we'll go to your next card, which is New Beginnings. New Beginnings is spiritual force. This gives me vibes of okay, I want to be careful with my words, because like I think it was the last spread or the spread with Rainy where it had transformation. Transformation is different than this New Beginnings card, because they make me feel like something is going to happen in your life that is going to give you the opportunity to find this fertility and fruitfulness. It's going to help you find the abundance that you're looking for, and the value that you actually view success as. So that might be like a job that lets you work from home. That might be like meeting a new person, and they are going to give you that fruitfulness in life. It might be making a family, like those sort of things. There's going to be some sort of anchor point that's going to happen that is going to show you that what you have been doing feels very pointless. And then it moves up to your last card, which this is the goal and desire, which is patience. And they give me this vibe of like, I don't need to have it right now. I don't need to have the resources right now. I am at peace on where I'm at. It's kind of like, I don't know, I like to say that I want to be, like, the success that I view is I want to get a little Victorian mansion out in the middle of the woods and make fairy houses once a week. And just exist with my family. And I want to be able to have the opportunity to do that. It's kind of like you're going to get some sort of opportunity that's going to allow you to spend more time with the people that you want, or in the place where you seek more value. So it's going to cause you to be more patient about things, instead of being like, oh, I'm behind. I'm not doing things like society. I'm not keeping up with society. I feel like I'm behind. And when I say behind, it's like society has this idea of like, you go to school, you go to work, you start a family, you do this at a very specific time in a very specific way, and you were behind. You're doing it wrong. That's not true. That's where patience is going to come in. Patience is going to be I don't need to do it how you do it. I'm going to do it however I want. And it's going to seem like boring to you at first, but it is because your values are going to change. So you will find things in the piece that will light you up instead of being what you perceive as boring. Does that make sense? Do you have questions? Hi, new to this type of deck reading. What's the difference between the Hell and Heaven deck? This is the same deck with this deck, though, it has angels and demons. So the top one here is angels, and the bottom one is demons. And then I have 2 spreads from the deck. So I have the heaven spread and the hell spread. So heaven spread. And I said this at the beginning, so other people know already, but this is the hell spread. So they have different prompts of what the cards mean when they're in a certain place. But if you get a heaven spread, you get all of the angels that tell you about your life question and the specific ideas surrounding this specific spread. And then for the hell spread, the demons tell you about it. So the ones with the red on top, those are the demons. They tell you about different things. And the prompts for those, that spread is also different. No questions at the moment. Peachy gay boy coming in with the troll. I see how it is. Hey Em, I don't know who's telling me this, but I keep hearing I need to tell you that you need to trust your instincts on a decision you're thinking about. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I've been very stressed out about a personal decision because I feel like I can't do anything about it because of resource issues, like we're talking about in the spread. So, okay, the next person in line. Hold on, I'm restarting it. Okay, so we have Nady, and then I have Cass. So there should still be 3 available if you guys are interested. But Nady, do you want a heaven spread or a hell spread? And do you have a question? Nadi, okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Pronunciations are hard for me. Let me know if you want a heaven spread or a hell spread and if you have a specific question. Hell, please, no question. Fantastic. Okay. So, we're going down. So, we're doing a hell spread, so it's gonna be going down into hell. Okay. And we're doing the demons. Okay, and that one. Alright. Alright, so hell spread, the first card. We're going to be going down, starting from the top. First card is external forces, actions or personality. So we have ignorance. This is ignorance on other people. So this is external forces, so the ignorance is coming towards you. Sorry, I'm just reading the other cards. Extreme opposite or opposing factions, falsehood and rebellion. Ignorance is an interesting way of putting it. People don't get you. And they're annoying about it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words. They are talking about the way that you are, your personality, the way that you think, the way that you do things is not in a, like, typical sort of way. And people judge you for it. But they should be listening instead, because I feel like you are a lot more connected to things than those people actually are. And I know that that's kind of interesting to say. It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm autistic, I'm not diagnosing you. And I want to, like, very clearly say I'm not diagnosing you. I'm just saying this to explain what they're telling me using things that happened in my life. So I'm autistic. I speak in a very neurodivergent way. So when neurotypical people talk to me, it's very confusing because it always just seems like they are not saying certain things, or it's forced, or it's just like there's just like something missing. But then I talk to someone that's like more neurodivergent, and they speak so simplistically, and they just say the like right things for my brain, and I know exactly what they're talking about even if they don't fully explain it. It's kind of like that vibe. It's kind of like that difference. Does that make sense? You explain things, but other people think that when you are explaining or talking or being who you are, that you are, like, that you're the ignorant one, but it looks very poorly on them because they just don't understand. It's kind of like if I were to explain something to a neurotypical person, they would view me as like, well, you're not saying the right things. I don't understand what you're talking about. You seem like you're lost, or you don't know, like, what you're talking about, little girl. Like, that's kind of the vibe. Does that make sense? So that's your first card. That's coming from other people. They think you are a lot. Like, they treat you like you're beneath them. And it is not because you are beneath them. I feel like in a lot of cases you are above them. It's more the way in which you communicate, the way in which you express yourself is not in the way that they express themselves, and it causes you to have issues with them. So, next card you have is extreme opposites or opposing factions. And this one, heaven, hell, okay. This one is emotions or love. So this is stuff inward. So extreme opposites or opposing factions. This causes you to second guess yourself a lot. It makes you feel like you aren't this like brilliant human being. Because what they tell me is they make me feel like you are a very creative person and you think in a very creative manner. So if there is one way to solve something, you say, no, there's not. There's a million ways that you can do it. You can do it like this, and this. And the other people that are stuck in their way will tell you otherwise. And that is a fault on their part because you have the ability to go beyond and see beyond limitations. But their actions create responses in your emotional state and how you view yourself and how you care and love for yourself. So the extreme opposites and opposing factions make you feel like you aren't aren't right about things, aren't doing things in an intellectual way. Like, there's something wrong with that, if that makes sense, which is not true. It's kind of like someone tells you, like, you're saying, okay, 2 + 2 = 4. If you, like, count your fingers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the answer. And they're like, you didn't show your work correctly, so, like, it's wrong. And you're like, but the answer is still 4. And they're like, yeah, but it's still wrong, so you get a 0. It's like that. You don't do it in the right way, you don't think about things in the right way, so they don't give you anything, even though you're right. So it's kind of confusing of like, well, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's right, I don't get it. And it's not something that you're going to get because it's the way that you think. So, next card, you have falsehood, and this deals with the physical side. This creates a lot of insecurities surrounding being wrong or failing. And that's where this is kind of like feeding down the line, so we're getting more and more into it. Which this is going to change things, this last card. So it's very, I feel like you've just gotten a lot of critique, and the critique that you get from people is very fear-based on their part, and it creates a lot of fear in you. So it's kind of like, you shouldn't do that because you're going to end up on the streets. Or like, you shouldn't do that because you're going to end up like hurting yourself, like cutting yourself or whatever it is. So then you start internalizing that and you're like, oh my God, I can't do certain things without permission. And it can be like very stupid things too, like, oh, you're a girl, you shouldn't be like working on cars. You're going to get hurt. Like, you should be in the house. It's things like that. So now you're like, I can't do that because I've been told so many times that I can't do that, that I feel like I need permission. I feel like someone needs to tell me that it's okay that I do it a certain way. Because you do everything in a different way, and you surround yourself with people that think differently, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but the way that they treat you about it is the issue. So it is a constant, like, uphill battle with you getting validation for yourself. So you constantly are seeking validation out, which is why you have falsehood here. That is the physical restriction that you are facing, is I feel like I need permission to do things because I have been told that I do them wrong so often that I feel like I can't do it right. And that is like the 2 + 2 example that I told you. You counted your fingers and got the answer, but they're like, no, you need to like use a calculator. You need to like be able to just know what 2 + 2 = without reading your fingers. So they're like, something is wrong with your answer because of the way you did it. So now you second guess yourself often. That's where this is coming into play. So last card, we have Rebellion. This is your soul and your focus. So this is what they don't like. This is why this is all leading to this. You challenge everybody's perception of themselves. And that's a very positive thing, but it doesn't feel positive for you because people generally don't like to be challenged in those ways because they don't like to change. So when you say, oh, well, you could do it this way, and it works, they get pissed off because they're like, but I'm right. You can't tell me that I'm wrong. And you're not. But they perceive it that way because they are also as fearful to be wrong as what they are projecting onto you. So this Rebellion card, they're like telling me that that is you. You challenge your perception. You challenge other people in your life's perception about reality. And that honestly makes me feel like you struggle with holding relationships with people unless they are in tune with the change that you constantly are giving back at them. This gives me like you are death soul. You do not fit in with the life souls, which is another like topic, but like you deal with a lot of change. You cause a lot of change in your life and other people's lives. People do not like it. You challenge people's way of thinking. That's where this Rebellion card comes in. And the more you deviate from this, the more horrible you will feel about it. Because you can like hide this. You can like pretend it's not there. And like try to fit in to like the people around you, like life souls or whatever. And try to like do math like they do in that example, but it's gonna make you feel like an outcast constantly. You will feel like it. You will not be able to get around it. You will just feel horrible about who you are as a person always and forever until you finally accept that, no, I do it differently and it's just, that's how it works for me. Do you have questions? Let me know. While you answer, I'm going to queue up the next person, which is Cass. Cass, let me know if you are wanting a heaven spread or a hell spread, and if you have a question. I think there is one left, if you guys are interested in said reading. It's right here. Yeah, there's one left. Yes, relationships are a no-go for me. Yeah, I struggle with the same thing. I have a hard time keeping friendships. So let me know if you have any questions. But what's up, Cass? It's been a minute. Heaven spread, no questions. We're gonna talk to some angels for you. Okay. We're going up, so you're second and you're first. Politics, ambition, restitution. What's a death soul? Yeah, I kind of figured. So we like to... So Riker and I, we work with a lot of, like, angels and deity type things, and we had one come forward, which is one of our spirit guides. His name is Richard, and he basically, for a full month, showed us all of our past lives every single day in a very physical manner, and, we realized a, like, pattern of a lot of the things that happened in our past lives was very similar to each other. We lived very similar lives. We even looked very similar. And we started realizing that we are just we are the universe. We make up the universe, and we are existing as ourselves. So the way I like to explain that is it's kind of like we are the cells that make up a body. So if that is the case and that's true, then we can be associated to different things in the universe. And that can be categorized the same way cells can be categorized in the body. So if I was a cell that made up a heart, I am a heart cell, but I'm also a part of the circulatory system, and so on and so forth. So that can happen in our reality as well. So, like, for example, for me, I am, like, the big overreaching idea is you can either be a life soul or a death soul, or you can be a mixture of both. Like a gray area type soul. And I'm a death soul. So death souls usually deal with a lot of change. And when we say death souls, it's kind of like the death card in tarot. So when the death card shows up in tarot, it causes a lot of, like, rebirth. So something needs to come to an end in order to be reborn. So souls associated to death cause a lot of change in their lives as well as other people's lives. So that is kind of where that idea comes from. Death soul can also be, like, broken down into more categories. So, like, for me, I associate myself to being in relation to, like the coding of the universe, or the coding, I could say, of fire. We kind of even view ourselves as, like, a virus. So Riker and we feel like we are tied together. So the way that I view it is I am the coding of fire and Riker is the coding of smoke. So we are always constantly together, and that's what makes us, quote unquote, soulmates. But we also associate it to being the, like, coding in a virus. So it kind of just explains how we live as souls. So if we live as a, like, as a death soul or as a virus cell or virus soul, how am I going to exist as a physical human being experiencing life as a death soul or as a virus cell? That is going to be the indication of, like, where your soul type comes from, if that makes sense. And then I have Peachy Gay Boy. I just heard that you have the resources that you need, but you don't think they are enough to get what you want out of them. And that's an association to, like, what we were talking about, in trusting your instincts. Yeah, I don't know. I, like you guys know, I've been having, like, financial issues. And it's, like, a financial problem that I need to, like, solve. But I don't know, my spirit guides have been telling me that I have resources in other ways that aren't financially that. It can be used more in a people sense. Ah, okay, I'm getting it. Yeah. And then Peachy Gay Boy, sorry if this is intrusive, but Do you have your grandma's muffin recipe? Because I keep feeling like you need to make them for some reason in order to feel some sort of connection to your ancestors. Sorry, I have a big family. I have to think about that. I don't think so. Okay. I'm gonna ask you this question, and this might help you tell me what's going on. Paranormal kitchen idea. Yeah, we want to start another channel called Paranormal Pantry, where we make like our old relatives and our like communities relatives like foods and stuff, like their recipes, while we like talk to them and they like teach us like tips and tricks and like ways of changing it and whatnot. But I don't know if it's that. So I'm gonna ask, do you know who you're talking to? If so, what do they look like, or what do they tell you about themselves? And that might help me know what you're talking about, because I also feel like you're talking in code, which happens to me a lot. So yeah, all right. This is for Cass. And we're doing a heaven spread, so we're going up. Quite literally, seasoning until the ancestors stay soft. Yeah, because I'm like, it would be really cool to like cook other people's recipes with their past loved ones. It'd be hilarious to have like a spirit box up and have them talk to us through like a Spirit Talker app. It would be hilarious. It would be amazing. It would not be like one of those like cooking shows where you should like follow the instructions of what we're doing. It's like strictly for entertainment, because I'm sure that it's gonna be like crazy. But you know, I don't know. So first card, we have Restitution, and we're doing a heaven spread. So let me look at this. So this is, if we're doing heaven, we're doing, this is the theme. So give me a second. We have restitution, politics. So restitution, politics, intellectual liberation. Okay, so this is going to be your overall topic. So this is the theme. And what I've been doing with this is telling you and then going back to it, because the rest of the cards are going to explain this. But restitution is kind of like a restoration of something that was like kind of like lost in a way. Why 72 and not 73? I don't know, ask Solomon. The story goes that there's 72 demons or something. But I also, Lucifer's not in here, and I feel like he should be. I don't know. Sorry, I'm reading Peachy Gay Boys thing. There's an older woman who seems very Italian, like she does the typical Italian hard things, and has a signature rolling pin that she uses, and her hair is white with some curl to it. I don't know that she has a muffin recipe. I'm thinking you're talking about my great aunt, because my Italian grandmother is still alive, and she doesn't bake. So, unless you're talking about her mother. Her mother is very tiny and petite, like 4'11". Is she really small? So restitution. This is your theme. So it is like restoring things. And moving into the like explanation of that, we go into politics and ambition. I need to like, okay. So the second rung is like the earthly influences. So politics and ambition. I view this kind of like society. This is how society works. And that is kind of where the issues are coming into play. What's up? Thank you, and welcome to the club. This is like society-based. Society, ambition, that sort of thing. I would have to ask my mom about things. Sorry, Peachy Gay Boy says, yeah, she's short and she keeps telling me that people call her Nona when she was alive. I have never met my great-grandmother. My great-aunt is not called Nona, and I've never heard anyone call her that. I've met my great-aunt, but I have not met my great-grandmother. She passed before I was born, so I don't know a lot about her. I just know that she's very, very tiny. Like 4'11" and a really, really curly, thick hair. So, but yeah, politics and ambition. This gives me like society and ambition vibes, and they make me feel like you're a bit tied or shackled to the rustle and bustle of society. God, Angel's just talking just the like weirdest way. But they just like give me something like you feel like there's something missing in your life. It's not all it's cracked out to be. And that's where I feel like you're having issues, because this is giving me like I did everything that I thought I needed to, and I'm still not happy. So you just keep feeling like the goal keeps being pushed farther and farther. So it's like, oh, I just have to work my way up to the top. But how do you know that when you get to the top that's going to be any better than where you are now? And it also, I don't know, I don't think society should say or tell people that they need to work their way up to the top, because it gives a false incentive or a false hope to stay at a company or a job or a niche or whatever longer than they want to be or should be. Because if you're not happy at a lower place, who's to say you're not going to be equally as unhappy at a higher place? Because there's like, I feel like this is a relative that's around you. There's a relative talking about how, I don't know, she's talking about how I don't know, she says you take things very, very seriously. You're very invested in your life, in your career, in your path. Your life path defines you, as it should. However, you are letting your path define you instead of you defining the path. Meaning, you will blindly follow this path to the end instead of choosing it for you. And that's kind of where the issue is. So, if you're not happy, and this is what they say, if you're not happy in this present time of where you are, why are you still here praying for a better day that may never come? So, that is that card. Let's move on to the next one. We have intellectual... Oh, I can't say words with too many C's. Whatever that word. Lucidity. Yeah. And clarity. So, intellectual... I'm going to call it intellectual clarity. So, this third step is spiritual forces. They want me to say the more that you value the like being challenged in a, what is the right word I want to say? They like give me this vibe of you like a challenge, but there is a difference between being inspired versus being annoyed by it. And they're like, that is kind of where the issue stands. They just like make me feel like you are stuck in one place and hoping for better. But you can't get better until you start changing things, and that's where this card is coming into play. You need to start, you feel like you're losing something, or you've lost something, or you're missing something, because you are settling for less. So, you're going to start getting this clarity that, like, I want to be challenged in certain ways. You need to start picking a job based upon how it makes you feel versus how good you are at it, how much it pays you, how it is perceived on the outside. That is kind of like the vibe in there. Hi, Pyro. And then your last card here, this one represents the goal or desired outcome. Any idea which relative you were speaking to? It is a woman. She had dark hair when she was younger. She doesn't feel like a grandmother. She feels more like some sort of aunt or someone like on the outskirts. They're not as closely related. Like maybe like a great aunt or something. But she is like kind of petite in this sort of manner. Like she shows me her shoulders are like she's very skinny. And very like small. She, like I said, long dark hair, or what? She had long dark hair when she was alive. When she was younger. When she was older, I feel like it was more shorter. And more like she had thick hair. So it kind of like bobbed a little bit, like curled underneath. Is this an oracle deck? Yes, it is an oracle deck. Hold on. I have the box. The link to this deck, if you're interested in it, is in my description for the video. I've seen it before. Yeah, we also have... Hold on, give me a second. Okay. They also created this deck. This is the Occult Tarot deck. There's also an Angel version. This is a tarot deck. This one is an oracle deck. So this has 72 cards in it, and it is associated to the 72 demons and the 72 angels from, like, Solomon or whatever. This one is associated to tarot, so it has tarot meanings, and some of the demons are the same and some of them are not. Because this one definitely has, like, Lucifer and stuff like that in it, and this one only has demons. This one has angels and demons. But just so you know. Do you work with the 72 demons? Can you explain how the intuition works with the imagery and words? Yeah, I didn't know that they had an angel version. Okay. Give me a second, I'll answer your questions. So, let me finish this reading and then I'll answer your questions. But, last one, again, is the goal and desired outcome. So liberation, this is pulling away from the chains of society. And that's where I'm getting at from. It's kind of like you marry yourself to your path. And to me, it's kind of like you are putting chains around yourself. And you, like, don't want to leave it because you feel obligated to stay. But that's not a good reason to stay. You should only stay if you're happy. Which I know goes against everything in your being. But, like, sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith. Like, make like an Aries and like absolutely change everything for no reason, because I have done that a couple times. It's fine. You figure it out. But that's where this is coming in. Do you have questions? But yeah. Let me answer these questions while you ask. Do you work with the 72 demons? I work with Asmodeus. I don't know that I work with all of them. I work with some of them. I do want to learn more about them, and I want to learn more about Solomon. Because apparently you can do some like crazy witchcraft with that, and I just want to know everything about it. Can you explain how your intuition works with the imagery and the words? So, this book also has a... this tarot deck, has a guidebook. So, you don't need to read them like I do. This will explain how to, like, read it or the meanings, if that's how you want to read the cards. But I will read this and look at the picture, and then they will tell me what's important or show me the pattern through the cards. But my mediumship psychic abilities work very claircognizantly usually, so I usually just get a knowing about how things are, and I also get a lot of like verbal cues. So and then Cass says, nope, that all makes sense. Sure. Fantastic. Okay, so next person I have in line. Vicky. Vicky, would you like a heaven spread or a hell spread? And do you have a question? And then we're booked out, so you guys are aware. And I'm thinking about doing more live streams this week. Like I said, I got a rune deck from Vivian, so I want to test that out on you guys. Yeah. Also, I have to sneeze. When will you have private readings available? Right now, last week I was gone for the whole week, so I wasn't able to do any private readings, so I'm backed up on them. So I have to finish those, so it's gonna be a couple weeks. I have like 8 readings or something, so if you're waiting on a reading, it is coming. I'm working on them. I'm sick, and was not with computer. I was in the hospital with Riker last week, so they're still coming. And then people that are interested in booking a private reading, I'll have them available in a few weeks. I can make a notification once that happens in Discord as well as on YouTube. So, and people are talking about the Discord server. The Discord server is tied for members. It's exclusive to members. Vicky, heaven spread. It can be about love this time. I'm curious. Okay, so we have Angel. We're going up because we're doing a heaven spread. So we have refuge and finding peace. Vicky, are you in a relationship now? I have a hard time with timelines, so I have a hard time telling if it's happening now or in the future. Fertility and multiplicity. Anything that has a city or a C or an S sound, I cannot say it, I'm sorry. Perception of unity. One more. No, sadly. Okay. That helps me. I had a vibe, but I just didn't know. Oh, so I was curious about the whole Solomon thing because I didn't think King Solomon was related to any of that stuff. Just looked it up and it says King Solomon wasn't related to the Solomon stuff. I don't know who King Solomon is. It might be someone that different, but it says it in this book. I don't know if Solomon is mentioned in this part. Okay, the 72 goetic demons are a combination of fallen angels, ancient gods, and infernal spirits who were summoned by King Solomon to assist as beasts of burden to build his temple. When he was finished with the demons, rather than sending them back to hell or releasing them into the world, Solomon trapped them in a brass vessel and sealed the vessel with a secret sigil that prevented the demons from escaping. After capturing the demons, Solomon threw the vessel into the deep lake in Babylon. It remained there, sunk into the bottom of the lake, until some local treasure seekers found it and broke it open. This act released the demons into the world, where they can torment mankind. The hierarchy of hell is as follows. King Solomon. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same person that you looked up. I could maybe, I don't know. I don't know history very well. I just know that King Solomon is the one that deals with the 72 demons. And there is something called the Seal of Solomon, where you can use to summon a demon to my understanding. Do not quote me on that either. That's the thing that I want to figure out, because I want to know how to summon a demon. So you can attach them to this like circle thing, which is the Solomon seal, so that they do things for you, and that's what it's talking about in the book. Does that clear things up? So, King Solomon in Solomon's seal and the 72 demons saw. Solomonic seals can be used for either conjure the demons or for various other purposes. From protection to curses, I practice it from time to time. No, you don't! That's amazing! I have been told, though, that it's kind of like if you use it for other things, you still are tied to some sort of, like, entity that is within the seal. Turtles, trees. You can kick my spirit guide reading way out. I'm in no rush. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm working on them. They're still coming. Emma's going to explode. I haven't heard that, but it's interesting. I've heard it from people in the community. Because I've heard people that say that they're a little bit hesitant to use the Solomon seal because it is tied to some sort of entity that is meant to help you. Or you can, like, seal things to the Solomon seal. I don't know. Google said the Solomon Testaments or whatever were written thousands of years ago after King Solomon's time. I haven't had any issues with using the seals. Yeah, that's what I would suspect. I feel like if you had issues, don't summon that demon. Like, you shouldn't be working with that demon anyways. But I have seen people have issues with the Solomon seal because they do it wrong. So, and my spirit guides want me to say, they're not doing it wrong. It's doing what they want to happen. They just don't realize how it works. So, whatever it is. Because they're like, if you summon a certain demon, there are certain precautions that happen. Because there's some demons that, like, take things from you. Like, it's an equal exchange sort of thing. And you agreeing to work with that demon causes, like, a contractual type thing to happen. So, yes, they are doing what was agreed upon. They just don't know that they agreed upon it. Is what I mean by that. Anyways, going back to this reading, Vicky. I could literally just talk about this sort of thing in a full-on live stream. We are doing a heaven spread, and we're doing love. So, we got some good things in here. It's cute. Okay, so we have refuge and finding peace. So this is the first one. This is a theme. Hold on, I'm thinking about maybe having to sneeze again. This is just a very weird picture. I'm sorry. That's what I'm looking at, because I'm like, he's looking at a picture of another angel, maybe? Or he's looking at a picture of himself. It doesn't look like him. Anyways, so you have refuge and finding peace. And this is the theme of your spread. I feel like this is one of those BS answers of, like, you need to find love in yourself before you can find love other places. They make me feel like you need to go through a transformation of self in order to get to the place where this person is going to come in. Because you do have over here, like, love cards, from my perception, of someone coming in and being that person for you. But there is some work that you have to do internally first. Is someone causing issues in chat? No, I don't think so. We're talking about Solomon's seal. Maybe it's... Unless I didn't see it, but... Okay. Oh, got you. Where he at, though? So... That's gonna happen down here. I feel like you need to go through some changes first. You need to find the value in yourself. Refuge and finding peace. So the way that I'm seeing this is it's kind of like you are trying to, you're trying to seek out specific characteristics that you're going to want in a relationship. However, in order to seek out those things, it's not fine. A lot of times we make those characteristics things that we lack. So, in order to attract those things, we cannot lack them because we're not going to find those characteristics in someone that doesn't fit in with us. So, in order for us to find the person that we want to be with, a lot of times you need to stop looking and start working on yourself, and they will just show up at the most random time. And that's where I'm getting from this spread. Because this gives me a lot of, like, you're gonna have to wait and, like, seek refuge. You need to, like, sit there and wait and allow things to, like, unfold a bit. And then when you least expect it, boom! Then they're going to be put in your life. But it's very much like you need to be what you seek. So if you're looking for someone that is kind, open-hearted, whatever, you need to be that to yourself as well. You need to be kind, open-hearted, and then those people will come to you because you are projecting the energy that you want in return. I know, when you're not looking, you find it. I tell myself that about things, but not love. It happened to me. I say it in the most annoying tone because it was annoying. And it happening wasn't annoying. When it happened was very stressful.
Sorry, I can't bend down to say hello.
Riker is injured.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
My love that came out of nowhere.
I didn't come out of nowhere. I came from San Diego.
Riker's like, I didn't come out of nowhere. I came from San Diego. But, I was not looking for it. It just happened. I met them and was like, oh my god, this is what people can be like. And I was working on myself, and it was just annoying how it happens that way, solely because... I don't know, it's like when your parents, like, tell you something, and then it, like, happens that way, and you're, like, annoyed, so it's like, you just have to be patient, honey. And you're like, no, I want it now. And then it happens exactly how they how they explained it. And you're like, I don't want it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? We got a new scratching post for the cats. Because Riker's mom came over and is staying in the cat room with Boo, and we've realized, because we don't check the, like, cat scratching post, it's destroyed. She really went ham on it. I don't know what... She's literally this big. I don't know how she did it. But it is in pieces.
I want to say hi to chat,
But you're broken.
I can't bend down.
Okay, we have fertility and... You want to say this word?
Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
Can I move this paint?
Yes. You can put it on the floor if you'd like.
I'm going to.
I'm reading Vicky about love.
Hello.
Riker hurt their back a lot.
I'm in pain. My meds today are also fucking me up a lot. I don't know why. It makes me not feel good, so.
Yeah. There's another person in here that's talking about Solomon's Seal, and it's...
Why does this keep happening to us?
Well, I mean, I might have brought it up because we're talking about the 72 demons. So, Brendan and new person, what is your name? This guy have been trying to talk about if Solomon is associated to the 72 demons, but this book says he is. I don't know if I can know. I didn't Google anything, though.
I think he is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's like he's the one who, like, trapped them and closed them or something.
Yeah.
And, like, summoned them to control the 72 demons.
Yeah.
That's just from the brief, like, readings.
Yeah.
I also don't know if you can hear me,
told
so I'm sorry.
You should be able to.
Okay.
But that's what I told them too.
I love that you have two chats just right next to each other.
Yeah, because I can't type in this one because I would have to sign in.
You really need to hook up your
set my
PC.
I told them about that too. Anyways, fertility and
multiplicity.
I told them I can't say things with C's. So second tier is earthly influences. So this is what I want to say about it, because I'm like asking them, I'm like, but is it? There's another card that was about fertility and it was different. That makes me feel like you are blinded by like abundance in that sort of sense, because the earthly influences are kind of like, I view them as earth giving you ego or a lack mindset in this case, but it's more so earth is giving you like egotistical things to think about, more a physical limitation and restraint. So fertility in multiplicity is giving you this vibe of like, you need to have this person come in and complete you, but that is not true. They should complement you. You need to see yourself as an equal to them and be on the same playing field. And that will not happen until you are able and ready to accept yourself as being equal.
Are you doing the steps or down? Are you going up or down?
We're going up. We're doing a heaven spread.
Gotcha.
So we're walking up to heaven. So this is the next card. Yeah. Perception of unity.
Like, I thought you couldn't say C words. You could say perception, but not multiplicity.
No, things that, you know?
Can you say multiply?
I can say multiply.
Can you say city?
City.
Multiply?
Now
you're just trolling me.
Yeah, well, it's things like, especially if I look at it, I'm like, or like, there was one that was lucid in city. How do you say that?
Lucidity?
Lucidity.
You just said it.
Yeah, because you said it. How do you specific in city? How do you say that?
Specificity?
I can't say that one, I'm sorry. Asbestos. Anyway, perception of unity. So, this card is a spiritual forces. I feel like the energies around you, so this is the spiritual energy around you, I feel like that is going to, you could just say abundance. No, I know. I feel like that is going to change the way that you view relationships in general, which is what I was talking about earlier of a relationship shouldn't complete you, it should complement you. You are able to live without them because putting your existence, identity, whatever, solely in this other person is a toxic mindset, and you will lose yourself in them. In order for you to have a happy, like, complementary relationship, you need to find someone that you view as your equal, and you need to be able to view yourself as that equal as well. So your perception of unity will start to change, and that's when it will start pulling someone in.
Who are you reading?
Vicky.
Vicky. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't know who we were reading.
Yeah, and then your last card, this one looks like a cherub. A loyalty. And loyalty is your goal or desired outcome, and that would be the thing that you're looking for. And that's going to be the person coming in, but I also feel like you are going to have a much better relationship with yourself in order for this to stick. Because I feel like you will have someone come in your life that sticks, but you need to figure out this stuff first. Do you have questions? I am a Leo. Of course I would want that.
Fucking Leos.
Fucking Leos. Yeah, we have things to say about Leos and Pisces.
I have things to say about Virgos as well. But...
And Virgos. Well, the funny thing is, my top 3 is made up of Leo and a Virgo. It just gets blocked by all of this Aries energy that is just absolutely throwing myself from place to place. Vivian! We love the decks that you got us.
We do.
I've been telling people that we're going to do a live stream where we do the rune deck.
I, like, touch you and your hair just, like, gets into my face. Also, I think I found laundry detergent that you're not allergic to.
What is it?
The Mozzie wash that I was telling you that I wanted to look into.
Mm-hmm.
I took the sheet of all the things and I like searched all of the ingredients, and none of the ingredients are on that sheet.
Great.
So
I'm very allergic to laundry detergent.
There's like 136 lines on the spreadsheet of things that she is allergic to.
It's because I'm allergic to 8 different allergens, and they all have different names. So that's why there's that many. But I don't know. A couple of years ago, the place that my mom bought laundry detergent from closed down, so she couldn't buy the laundry detergent from there anymore. And then about a month later, I was absolutely covered in hives from head to toe. And I tried 4 different laundry detergents because also my allergist didn't believe that it was a contact allergen.
Yeah, this one is a plant-based thing.
I don't know. If it doesn't have the like allergens that I'm allergic to, it should be fine.
Yeah, I like put every single one into the sheet to search to see if it was in there, and it was none of them were in there. So
because I mean I've tried like clean and clear, clean and free or whatever kinds, and I'm allergic to it. Like the Tide free and clear or whatever.
Yeah, no,
I'm allergic. If it says Tide on it, I'm allergic to it.
No, this is a brand that is it's actually like made and processed in San Diego. Yeah, like it's a small.
I'm sure
like,
it's fine.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I just might have you wash one thing, and we'll try that for a few weeks.
That's what I figured.
Because contact allergens stick.
Yeah,
you have them for a while.
We do have a P.O. box. It is in the, like, members posts. You might have to scroll a bit because it's going to be towards the bottom, but there is a P.O.
I don't know how members on YouTube works. I've never been a member. I put the address into the members' information. So you should be able to get that as well.
But yes, we do have a P.O. box.
But yeah, we have a new member.
Yeah, I saw.
Naughty.
Thanks. I guess I should have put my phone on.
Oh god. Stop it.
Wow. Really zooming there.
I don't know what happened. Vicky, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising. It's a trip.
Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer rising. I'm sorry.
You're very confused about your emotions at any given moment at any time, and no one can know about your emotions. Your emotions that you don't have.
Yeah, the Scorpio moon is very,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I say
The
that
Scorpio
as a Scorpio
moon
sun.
is like, do not perceive me, but Leo is like, why aren't you looking at me?
I'm a Scorpio sun Libra moon, so it's very much, I don't have emotions, but if I somehow do, they are very logical, and they have to be expressed in a specific way, otherwise you don't get access to them.
Yeah. I'm sure it's very confusing for you to have emotions. Not to start just roasting your top 3, but you gave them to me. Exactly, an introvert.
We still need to do the TikTok thing where we roast people's charts, because we collected them. Collected a bunch of people's. So.
I love roasting people's charts. It's hilarious.
The
struggle is there.
We also are getting new, like, food clip bags. Because I'm tired of using binder clips for everything.
Well, I mean, I have some. They're stuck to the fridge, and there's random
I hate those
things
ones.
in them.
I hate those ones. No, we're getting the ones that I like. I'm autistic. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't care. I'm not buying them.
We're also getting a paper shredder.
I think I used to have one of those. I wonder where that is.
Somebody probably took it from you. We're getting a new one regardless. It'll be here tomorrow, probably.
I got it for free, though, so...
Yeah, so probably also doesn't actually work.
That might be the reason. I think I might have thrown it out. I'm sorry I can never say your name. Dade, hello. You're next. Do you want a heaven spread or a hell spread, and do you have a question?
I saw the notification coming for that one of...
I was like, yeah!
44.
4.
Yeah, I went up and talked to my mom for a little bit. Because I'm still struggling with the history section.
Riker is editing our video.
Yeah, the tour guide giving the history is kind of all over the place and not very succinct, and it skips a lot of important things. But the one Jay did, the original one, is too long, I feel like. And I can't combine them. They don't fit together at all, so I don't know what to do for it. So I might rewrite it and ask... Thank you so much for joining members, Scooby Snack.
Can I also say that hawks have been, like, haunting us?
Since...
Like, literally, read a book yesterday and he was talking about hawks. And then every time we drive a car, there's a hawk. Sorry. Anyways.
But, so I don't know if I should rewrite the history script and see if Jay is willing to redo it. Tonight.
Sure.
My mom also said she would record it for us. But she's like, I've done public speaking stuff, but I'm not a voice actor. And in case you guys didn't know, Mama Fry is here. She's visiting to help with my back issues. Is this the new PC? No. The new PC is still back there. We haven't set it up yet.
Yeah, you can see it in the background.
Also, I think it would be super fucking cool to get beaded bracelets that have been blessed by monks. That's, like, it's not an overstep. We love all of the, like, niche, like, weird things or stuff like that. I'm down for that. Also, sorry I just came in and hijacked your live stream.
No, you're fine. I'm waiting for Dade. How do you say it?
Dade.
What's up? Are you here? If not, I can move on to the next one and come back to you. Let me know.
How many are you doing today?
I think I have 2 left.
So this one and Trish.
And then
There
I'm
they are.
done. Hello. Would you like a heaven spread or a hell spread? Would you like the demons to tell you about your life or the angels? And do you have a question? Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's gonna make funeral potatoes tonight.
I don't know what that is. Apparently it's a Mormon thing.
It's not necessarily just a Mormon thing.
Really?
Well, it might.
read
Maybe
something like that.
I know it's a very Utah thing, but
Yeah.
People in like Idaho and Montana also have it, but Mormons also kind of went up there as well.
Yeah, I've never had funeral potatoes, so I have no expectation other than it being potatoes
It's like potatoes and cheese.
and cheese. So I'm
Yeah.
excited because anytime Riker makes potatoes, I die in little on the inside. So in a good way. This one. We're doing angels. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going up.
Mm-hmm.
Victory. Did you have a question? How do improve my connection to the spiritual? I feel like I'm holding myself back. This one. Okay, so first card we're doing Heaven Spread. This is the theme. Divine Blessings. And then the rest of the cards are going to explain divine blessings. I don't know. They gave me a little bit of like divine timing as well. All in good time. And then your next card, this card deals with earthly influences. So this is loyalty. So with those first two cards, I feel like loyalty is talking about loyalty towards yourself. And that's the earthly influence. So I usually view earthly influences as like limitation, egotistical things that are happening externally around you, that sort of thing. So with loyalty, they like make me feel like it's loyalty towards oneself. So like, what's the right word? Shadow work. The more of that you do, the more it will just happen. Because I feel like you're trying too hard. I know that sounds weird, but like, I don't know, spirit guides tell Riker and I that we are trying too hard, and that's why it's not working. It's kind of just like blowing up in our faces. And when I first started doing like spiritual stuff, it was like, I don't know, it's like I had an expectation of how things were supposed to work, how it was supposed to come through, what was supposed to happen, and that blocked me to actually getting the information. So loyalty coming in and divine blessings, they make me feel like divine blessings is characterizing divine timing of it's just going to happen. You're not going to cause it to happen. It's going to be the opposite of you letting go control over it. I felt compelled to read Jung and do some shadow work. Young to do some shadow work, but not sure if that would be doing too much. You need to focus on yourself and not focusing on like forcing it out. Don't control it, just allow it to flow. So whatever you feel like needs healing, that's going to be the direction you go in. Don't force it. So that moves up to your next card, which is Victory.
I'm gonna go back over there.
Okay. You're good. I already sent them.
Yeah, but still, I don't want to ruin them. Ow.
Yeah, I should also move them too.
Love you.
I love you. Okay. So you have Victory. This is your spiritual forces. Each victory is going to give you information about how to continue. So this is like getting validation of something working out. So the more you do this work behind the scenes, the more it's going to affect like your spiritual practice. And that's going to allow you to start seeing what works and what doesn't work. So you are learning more about yourself and how you do things. That's going to translate to you getting these victories and then realizing this is how I think, this is how I do things. And it's just going to keep piling on top of each other so that you are more comfortable learning how to use these abilities in the future. And this is also influenced by spirit. Spirit is going to show you when this is happening, show you these victories. And then your last card, you have Love and Wisdom. This is the goal and the desired outcome. So I view love as understanding, and understanding leads to wisdom, in a sense. And that is where you will feel more confident in those abilities. Do you have questions about that? And to go through it again, divine blessing gives me like divine time, so that's going to be allowing things to happen. Your focus shouldn't be on like figuring it out and like trying different things to figure it out. Your focus needs to be, how can I understand myself better, understand my surroundings better, understand other people better, because that is where the goal is. That's where the goal is. It's love and wisdom. Love is understanding. And then each victory is going to give validation of us getting to that point. Does that make sense? So, do you have questions? And then while you answer, that makes sense. While you answer, if you have questions, I'm also going to cue the next person, which is Trish. Trish, you are next. And then I think we sent you a candle. I think you're that Trish. Your candle is fun. You have a very fun green spirit guide.
Oh, yes.
And the scent on it is so weird. Like, good weird. The like weird outlier in the scent, because we made our own blends, is fresh cut grass, but it doesn't smell like that. It smells fantastic, but it's also weird because we put apple blossom, lemon, and vanilla in with fresh cut grass, and it just is like amazing. I don't know how it happened, but your like green guide is the most eccentric thing there ever is. But yeah, Trish, let me know if you're here. Let me know if you want a hell spread or a heaven spread, and then do you have a question? And then you're my last reading for today. But I will be back with more readings this week. I don't know what I want to do yet, though. Is it just rained on grass? No, it smells fruity. It's kind of like a little bit of, like, I don't know if it's like an earthy scent with like fruity pebbles, but it's very sweet. Fruity? Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's weird. It's amazing. But it also makes sense because their guide is like crazy. And I think this is, hold on. Yeah. Me, whichever spread you're drawn to. Okay. I feel like let's do uprights and reversals for the heaven spread. So we'll do both. I just got it. Haven't even opened it. Let me know what you think of it. Also, I have irrational fears that are always going to come broken, so let me know that it's not broken. I just always worry, because USPS makes me nervous. So, if we ever send you a candle and USPS, the box is like broken and all that, please contact us. We will fix it for you. It just makes me nervous. Because they are not nice to boxes. That's why I put a lot of, like, fragile stickers on them. And wrap the shit out of them. I love that. Yeah, you have a very eccentric green guide. Very eccentric. Very different than the, like, Scotty, lady. Yeah, Riker said that they love him. He's so adorable. And it's true. But very different vibe than the first candle we did for you with Scotty. Okay. So I'm going to do a heaven theme for you. I honestly want to do a hell theme just because I got mostly angels. So I'm going to actually change that. We'll do a hell theme. So we'll start from the top and go down. So we'll make this your first card. We have intellectual. I still can't say anything with itty, I guess, is actually what it should be, not C's. Lucidity. Intellectual lucidity is your first card. This card deals with external forces, actions, and personality. Rejuvenation, relationship strife, and then loyalty. Have always wrapped the shit out of my candles and they arrive perfect. I'm glad. Every time I like kiss them goodnight when they go into the box and I'm like, you better not break, you little shit. And I've figured out that the candle vessel cannot touch any of the sides. It has to touch packaging. And I think I figured it out so that they don't break, but it makes me so nervous. So, intellectual lucidity. And this is, we're doing hell spread and going down external forces. This is going to be interesting. So with that in mind, I feel like you, I don't know, that gives me a lot of like, you see like straight through people. You see straight through like situations, and it is almost like alarming. So I don't know if this is a new thing or what. This external force, they make me feel like you are just getting a lot of clarity about things. You're getting clarity about situations, you get clarity about yourself, and it makes me feel like it is about relationships, because you have relationship strife here, and I don't necessarily mean like significant other partner relationships, like romantic relationships. I think it's just relationships, because you're starting to see like the light. You're starting to see, like I said earlier, behind the curtain. That's what this is giving me. You're having this like, because this can be external forces, actions, personality. I feel like you have this personality that is very understanding. You're very good at seeing people for who they are, but the thing that you usually, I feel like, struggle with is you always see the good in people. And I feel like that's where you get caught up into relationships with people that are toxic. Shit is nuts around me right now. So you're starting to be like, okay, you aren't a bad person, but you might be a bad person for me, because you aren't listening to me. And that's like, you're like regaining your voice. And it's like amazing to see. Not amazing to go through, amazing to see. Because you are starting to listen to your heart, and your heart is going to guide you with things, and you're more willing to trust it blindly than you are to shy away from it. And then this goes into rejuvenation. And this card, being hell spread, this is emotions and love. You are re-evaluating like what this means to you. You are starting to restore it. I feel like you've had one too many people shit on you and break you, and you are kind of just sick of it, and you've started realizing you don't have to put up with it. Because the issue with being around people that are okay with shattering you, they know they're doing it for the most part. And when you try to like work with them so that they don't do that, they don't necessarily listen. And those are the people I'm talking about. you're starting to realize that you don't need to give your energy to them, and you can start calling it back to yourself and rejuvenating yourself. You're starting to pour into yourself instead of continuing to pour into other people's glass. And that's the reason why we're talking about other people, is because of that card right here. This is the physical side, relationship strife. This is why I feel like it is about other people in your life, about your relationships. And I don't think it is romantic or just romantic. It could be in association to a romantic partner, but I don't think that that is the issue here. I think you see the good in people, and it causes you to settle on their negative characteristics. Because, like, it's kind of like a contradictory sort of thing. You say, oh, they did this really horrible thing to me, but they're a good person and they're really open-hearted. They just have a lot of trauma, so you make excuses for it. So when you see the good in people, a lot of times you make excuses for why their bad characteristics are happening. And you can only do that for so long. And that's where you are starting to see that. You're starting to learn and understand that. So relationship issues is going to start allowing you to create boundaries, in the sense of, yeah, you are a good person. I don't think you are a bad person. But I don't like when you do this thing to me. And I'm not going to allow you to do it anymore. I'm not going to continue to make excuses for you because you're creating trauma on me, when I am creating excuses of why you're doing it based on your own traumas. Please stop projecting that trauma onto me and start dealing with it. Thank you. Have a nice day. I try to befriend the most toxic people like I want to prove myself wrong. Yeah, and I don't think you do it intentionally either. Like, the mentality that are like, I just want to fix them. No, you genuinely just see someone that is in so much pain, but you see the light inside their chest, like inside their heart, and you're like, oh my god, that's amazing. It's the most pure thing that I've ever seen. And they're like, stop looking at it. Why are you looking at it? They're not ready for it, but you're ready for it, and pushing them makes it hard. So to speak. And then your last card, we have loyalty. And then this represents your soul and your focus. So you are usually this friend. You're the one that is loyal to a fault. But the fault is you are not loyal to yourself. So in order for you to be fully transparent or fully connected to this word and this idea, is to be loyal to yourself and project that onto others, because it's more so being loyal to the attachment that you have with people. It's more so being loyal in a toxic sort of way, of a, you can't leave because I'll die inside. Because a lot of times, like I was saying earlier, attachment is different than love. If you don't trust a person, if you don't trust or have understanding for the person, how can you possibly love them? You may just have an attachment towards them, and that attachment creates a lot of issues. So you're starting to see and evaluate those attachments, and where they're coming from, and that's going to start pushing or reflecting things back to you, so that you can start understanding the relationship that you have with yourself. And that's going to be the loyalty coming out here, because you are projecting as much as they are projecting your insecurities onto each other. Your insecurities might be in association to abandonment. And with this card being here, I feel like loyalty is something that's very, very important to you because of this projection of abandonment, of being worried that people are going to leave. So you are loyal to a fault to show other people, I'm not going to leave. You shouldn't either. But that's not what loyalty is about. Loyalty isn't stay until there's nothing left. Loyalty is like staying with honor. you must have loyalty for yourself in order to project that onto others. So, do you have questions? I also don't know who was talking through me there, because I did not know what I was going to say until it happened. Exactly. Some man with, like, brown hair. I don't think he's related to you, though. Oh, man. Dude, I'm so excited to eat food. It's almost food time. As my cats would probably tell you, it's almost their dinner time. Riker said they were starting to go crazy. I really enjoy listening to you doing readings in the background of whatever I do. So thanks for this. No problem. Yeah, I do like the streams where you can kind of just hang out with people. So, you know? But yeah, let me know if you have questions, Trish. And also, I know you're the one that told me about private reading. I will get your reading to you eventually. I will do it. I have a spirit guide reading for you. I think I might have started it and then I couldn't focus. And then a lot of things happened. So, But yeah, I'm thinking about doing more live streams this week. One of which I want to do a rune reading. But I'm going to say specifically with my cards. Eventually, I have, like, sets of runes. And I want to learn how to do that. Because I think that will be amazing. I think that would be super fun to do. So, there's so much stuff with work right now. Sneaky admin. I need guidance. The guidance that you need with that is to uphold your boundaries and understand that their toxic energy isn't about you. It is a projection of what they're experiencing. Because they make me feel like they, like, just dump a lot of shit on you. And make it your fault. But it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It represents more so their shortcomings. Because it is a projection. But yeah. Let me know if you still have any questions. Hold on, I'm trying to pull things up. If you guys were not here at the beginning of the live stream, I have sent out a lot of things relating to the New York live stream that we had a while ago with, like, the raffles and all of that stuff. So check your emails. Because I sent out raffle winners. I sent out things for, scheduling readings, which I'm getting people responding to those. Yeah. So, make sure you check your email and let me know things. Like Allison, I sent one to you. Not to call you out, but call you out. So, I'll see you guys later this week. Probably will do a live stream tomorrow. Let me look at my calendar for a second. I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow. So, probably, it's Wednesday. I'll probably do a live stream in the middle of the day. So, like, yeah, so I'll probably do it at 3 p.m. EST. We're hopefully getting a couch on Thursday. And I am here for that couch. They keep canceling it, which is why we keep talking about it. But, I'll probably go live tomorrow at the same time, 3 p.m. EST. And I'll be live for a few hours. I'm probably going to do the rune stuff tomorrow. And then if I go live again, I'll let you know. But it's up in the air right now. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Sorry, I'm stalling to try to figure out where my live stream is so I can end it. But I'll see you guys later. Bye!